Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. As of 2024, the United States has 11 total aircraft carriers, more than any other navy in the world. However, the power of the U.S. fleet is not only due to sheer numbers. U.S.-made carriers are also the largest, most powerful, and most heavily armed. This is best typified by the newest class of carrier, the Gerald R. Ford class. These massive 1,100-foot-long floating cities boast a complement of over 5,000 people and can carry more than 75 aircraft. Though aircraft carriers have been around for 100 years, their purpose remains the same: to serve as mobile air bases for a wide range of planes, helicopters, and patrol aircraft. In order to do this more effectively, the U.S. introduced the Catapult-Assisted Takeoff but Arrested Recovery, or CATOBAR system, in the 1950s. For landings, the CATOBAR features arresting wires that are stretched out across the landing zone. Specialized reinforced tail hooks at the rear of the aircraft can be used to catch these wires, which absorb the kinetic energy to bring the plane to a safe, rapid stop. For over 400 years, the French Navy has been regarded as one of the most powerful on Earth. That said, its modern iteration features just one aircraft carrier, the Charles de Gaulle. Serving as the nation's flagship, the Charles de Gaulle is 857 feet long and boasts a company of around 2,000 people. Its air wing includes around 40 aircraft, with a strong focus on the Dassault Rafale M multi-role fighter. Like U.S. carriers, the Charles de Gaulle uses a CATOBAR system for aircraft operations, making it unique in Europe. While other nations like the UK, China, and India have carriers, they generally rely on short takeoffs and vertical landing operations, or ski-jump assisted takeoffs. So, while there is a vast difference in size between US and French aircraft carriers, they are far more similar than different. As allies, the United States and European nations frequently conduct multi-carrier exercises, which gives naval strike groups a unique chance to practice joint operations. These exercises enhance interoperability between navies and, in many circumstances, demonstrate power projection, meant to intimidate NATO antagonists. Due to the similarity of their CATOBAR systems, French Rafales and US F-35s often engage in maneuvers, such as touch-and-go landings, where an aircraft lands on a runway or carrier deck, briefly touches down, and then immediately takes off again without coming to a complete stop. In some cases, they will also schedule full takeoffs and landings. These exercises not only improve the operational proficiency of pilots and crews, but also allow French naval pilots to update their landing qualifications in the event of future wartime collaboration. Since aircraft like the AV-8B Harrier II and F-35B have vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, they are uniquely suited to operating from smaller European carriers, such as Italy's Cavour. Because they can take off and land vertically, they completely eliminate the need for catapults or arresting wires. The United States, France, and Italy are all members of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Formed after World War II, NATO's primary purpose is to safeguard the freedom and security of its member countries through collective defense. Joint exercises are common, but given the fact that the organization's members each have their own approaches to warfare, interoperability can sometimes pose a challenge. One of the solutions to this is the Multi-Role Tanker Transport, or MMTT. This converted Airbus A330 has been in operation since 2007 and is specifically designed to provide aerial refueling and strategic transport for NATO member nations. Its versatile design allows it to use 3 different refueling methods, including both probe and drogue and boom methods. This gives it the ability to service any friendly plane in need of fuel, regardless of the specific engineering involved. Approximately 70 Airbus A330 multi-role tanker transports are in operation today. Providing strategic refueling efforts to a wide range of aircraft, including the F-35. More than a dozen different countries are currently operating the F-35 Lightning II, often considered the most advanced aircraft in the world. One country is NATO member Norway. As a country with an extensive foothold in the isolated Arctic, the MMTT plays an important role in keeping these planes fueled when they are hundreds of miles from the nearest airbase. Introduced in 2015, the F-35 is a family of stealth multi-role fighters developed by Lockheed Martin. As part of a new move away from overly specialized aircraft design, the F-35 is designed to perform a wide range of missions with equal efficiency, including air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strikes, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Though Lockheed Martin is an American company, the program involves numerous multinational corporations, with several nations contributing to the plane's development. The aircraft is so advanced that its construction involves patenting several new assembly systems. The first of these is the Integrated Assembly Line at Fort Worth, Texas. Among other innovations, the IAL utilizes extensive automation, a modular structure, and lean manufacturing, the goal of which is to improve efficiency and eliminate both wasted time and materials. Even more impressive was the new Projection Work System, a laser-guided assembly system that uses augmented reality to guide workers in assembling components with maximum precision. It features a laser projection display that places instructions directly onto the surface of the aircraft, creating an easy-to-follow blueprint. The result is 3 unique variations, all intended for use by different forces. The F-35A is the conventional takeoff and landing variant, primarily operated from standard air bases. The B variant, however, features short takeoff and vertical landing capabilities, while the C variant is reinforced to operate from catabar systems on aircraft carriers. Thanks to its versatility, the F-35 can operate from virtually anywhere, including the occasional rural highway. Of course, the F-35 is not the only aircraft with this unique capability. Since the mid-1990s, numerous NATO aircraft have relied on the Saab JAS-39 Gripen, one of the most famous multi-role fighters in recent history. The Gripen has also demonstrated a proclivity for pulling off highway landings, further showcasing its capability to operate from improvised airstrips. This feature aligns with the Swedish doctrine of dispersed operations, which seeks to maximize flexibility during conflicts. Over the years, Saab has entered into partnerships with several countries to co-produce and assemble the Gripen. While the primary production facility is still Saab's factory in Linköping, Sweden. From the beginning, operational efficiency and low cost were primary focus points for the Gripen. Its modular design can be pre-assembled independently before being integrated into the final airframe, allowing parallel work streams. This speeds up the assembly process as multiple modules can be worked on simultaneously, rather than sequentially. This modularity also allows for easy upgrades, meaning new technologies can be integrated without the need for an entirely new aircraft. That said, the latest variant, the Gripen E, includes major upgrades in terms of avionics, weapons, capability, range, and radar systems. According to Saab, it will be able to complete the modern fighter jets like the F-35 at a fraction of the cost. Despite this sales competition, the F-35 and Gripen are both on the same side. Indeed, the US and European countries maintain strong military and strategic ties, primarily through organizations like NATO. Already, F-35s and Gripens can be found flying side by side in exercises worldwide, ensuring that all NATO members can maintain an effective security and defense policy. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.